Yeah, what's another scenario? Give me some. Because they sent me a survival packet I have to go through. I haven't looked at it.
I didn't really watch the show, but I guess, okay.
Another scenario, it's freezing and your partner won't cuddle with you at night because they're disgusted by it.
Well, I mean, that's
a huge issue on the show.
Dude, there's not.
That happens a lot.
If you're a cold woman, you're cuddling.
Isn't the girl cold?
There's no way.
Yeah,
dude.
but
she'd rather be cold.
A lot of
Dude,
times the
look
women
at
are
me.
like,
I'm a fucking cuddle bug.
He's a cuddle bug.
if they
You want me to take my shirt off?
If they pair you with a woman that's happily married, like some Christian psycho,
I've seen that episode. I know what you're talking about.
there was a guy that refused to
Yeah,
cuddle
he was like
with
retarded.
this chick,
It
and
was
they
so
like
funny.
both like froze.
Well, she
to
was
death.
like a big coke bimbo. Did you remember that
yeah,
chick?
she was trying to
It was
fuck
so
him.
weird.
Yeah.
What if you're in the woods and it's not a rainy climate? How do you get water? Like, what? How do you get
In the
water?
woods? Well,
You literally don't.
Okay, here's let me just give first step. Okay, so first step there, fire, right? Build a fire, and then you build your shelter, and then you find a water source.
How? Okay, walk me through finding the water source.
Water source. So like,
You're fucking
I'm
dead.
pretty sure they give
over.
you a
It's
map
finished.
of the area, and they usually have a water source on the map. And then,
Oh, well, that's
without that, like if
kinda
you look for,
easy.
you can like look for. I know it is. They don't like.
You can try digging. You can dig
can
into
dig
the
in
soil,
dry-
and then it'll
dry creek-
naturally be filtered sometimes.
So no, that's dumb. You could dig.
That's what
in
they do on
Dry
the
creek
show.
beds. You could dig in dry creek beds, and underneath creek beds there's usually water.
Spring water, yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
And then
that's pretty good.
Or if you can, what I would do is kind of scout the area and look for trash that was left behind. 'Cause
See,
if you
I
put
think-
a plastic bag over a branch and just let it sit for a day, it makes fresh water because the plant
Yeah.
humidifies in the branch.
John's gonna be the only
sure, the
guy
condensation.
on Naked and Afraid, like he catches a snake and they cut to him and he's just like mouth fucking it by a creek. He's like, look, dude, it so looks like a fucking cock, dude.
The chick's like, I finally hunted a snake and he's using it as a fleshlight.
And then some mother of 7 who was in SEAL Team 6 was like, I fucking hate him.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting. You're actually gonna get on because of your charisma, I think.
yeah, I'm going to get on.
I don't watch the
But
show.
I wish it was any other show because that's the only show I've ever seen where they always leave with unless you leave early before you get shit. They always catch horrible stuff.
Well,
No matter what.
After you get the basics, so after you get the fire, shelter, water, then you find food source, right? Well,
I
that's the
think you're
hard
just
one.
going to get bored and irritated, and that's why you're going to quit. I don't think you're not going to
My
be able
ADD
to
is
survive.
gonna be a casualty of ADD.
Yeah.
yeah, that could be a possibility.
You know how boring it is building a shelter? You know
That
how
sounds
long
fun.
it takes them? First off, when you
It's
get
going to
there,
be fun at first. You're going to get bored so
you know what
fucking
happens
fast.
when you get there? You immediately, first off, you guys, they have all this chemistry. You start having like all this chemistry
Yeah,
with
and
your
then it kinda
partner.
dies out.
No, but you guys talk too long.
Well,
Hold
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth.
yeah, whatever.
He's a master of the show. Let him explain.
They talk too long because at the beginning, because they're like, "Oh my god, look, we're both naked and like we're on the show. That's crazy." Blah, blah, blah. And as they're yapping, the sun is going down. The sun is rapidly going down, and they're just yapping it up because they think they're on like the real world of the jungle.
Yeah.
And then they go,
Reality
well, I guess we should start. I guess the map, and they're all being nice to
Yeah.
each other, like, okay, yeah. And then they start wandering to where they should set up shelter, and then they always go, it's getting pretty dark.
Yeah.
And then they have to build a shelter in the dead of night.
So it's getting scary.
And it gets really
cold.
scary, and then you don't end up building a
Scared.
shelter, and you just sleep on a fucking you just sleep on a leaf, and red ants bite your cock off in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
An animal
And,
growls.
and then like a leopard is right by your ear, like you're a fucking faggot. and that's how every first night goes. They almost never get to build a
Yeah.
shelter. They're always like, "Oh fuck, man, that sun really went down quick."
Are they talking like
Gosh,
E40?
yeah. They're like, "We're in the jungle. We're in the bay."
No, so I think what I've noticed, I watched a couple episodes last night. What I noticed is that everyone on the show, another thing, you're right with the talking, but they'll over communicate with each other constantly, and I think that's a source of aggravation because it sounds like something smart. Okay, you watch those two people, they always go like, "I'm gonna go over here and do this," and they're like, "Okay, I'm gonna stay here and do this. I'm gonna do that and do this," and it's like you could just do it. And I feel like a lot of times wasted doing that.
You're gonna be the guy that every day you're gonna be so tired you're not gonna want to do shit, but you're gonna be like and your partner's gonna be like chopping wood, doing shit every day because they're a survivalist. They're not gonna pair you with a non-survivalist because you have no experience.
They may. I don't know.
That never happens.
I have to fake.
It's always one dipshit and then like fucking Bear Grylls.
Yeah. That's
So they're gonna be upset at you and you're gonna have no energy because you're dehydrated and you haven't eaten in days. So they'll just cut to you and you're just like literally napping all day in whatever shitty shelter you've created for yourself. And
The chick's gonna be so annoying.
And then it depends on how they edit it, but they'll make you look like the bad guy, and you'll be like, I'm doing a lot here, and they'll cut to you just like shitting yourself and like
You got to be careful because they have so much power with how they edit.
Yeah.
You're going to be trying to be really funny and likable, and they're like, okay, that just doesn't work for the show.
Yeah.
We need him to be like a scumbag loser on this
Well,
episode.
the thing is the pen is mightier than the sword.
But
we have our own podcast.
if you keep
Yeah.
plugging the
I'm
show,
plugging.
if
I'm
you
doing
plug-
this to plug the podcast.
if you plug Hate Watch, that's great.
That's all I'm doing. Is
And apparently,
plugging
it's all QAnon people that watch Naked and
Yeah.
Afraid, which is hilarious. I wonder why. I think it's because that show
Republicans, bro.
Well, that show's the only.
They have the best form of entertainment.
That is the only reality TV show where you really see like base level gender role. Like there is no real feminist on Naked and Afraid, and there's everything goes back down to like caveman days, and no matter what, the woman like after a few days, you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
They start being upset that you're not doing the manly stuff. And then they turn womanly and nagging, even though you're in the fucking jungle, and it always turns like that. Or unless you have an overcompensating woman.
What if
that's
I
like,
just
I'm a
start
mountain
beating her
man.
up or something?
You should be the first man to hit a woman on Naked and Afraid.
I'll be like, she's like chopping all the wood. She's like, why don't you do work? And I just start beating the shit out of her. It's like, keep working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Mike Trout, you fucking bitch.
That's the other thing. I think once you get the food and everything, then you can start like making shoes.
You don't know.
You know?
You don't know how to make a fucking a fishing line out of nothing. Do you know how to do that?
You fucking. I'll look it up.
Do you know how to make a shelter?
Yeah, you put some
These people
sticks.
do it all the time.
Sticks,
The people that are on the show, their video in their audition is them like, I went alone already into the wild like a bunch of times in my life. Like I'm trying to get good at this.
Yeah.
You're gonna be just like a guy that like is
They can
a
suck
bartender.
my dick. Yeah, I'll kill it.
It's gonna kick ass.
I don't know.
It'll be
You're
really
gonna make it
interesting.
funny.
I think you're going to make it 2 days.
But you're gonna have so many bug bites. You're gonna have so many problems. You're gonna come back. You're gonna be.
I've been to dirty, filthy.
You're gonna be a big
places.
whiny baby.
they're also going to edit it and fuck you on the editing.
They're gonna make you
Yeah,
look
it's
so
fine.
gay.
They're going to make you gay.
They're gonna make me.
They are.
Yeah, I'll be making. I just wonder, like,
They're gonna show John like John's gonna like have like a relationship with like a fucking like a chimpanzee or something.
yeah. I
He
just wonder.
immediately goes to having sex with animals.
Yeah. They
He's
cut
like,
to
all right,
John.
dude, fucking first day in the woods. Like, all right.
Fucking a possum.
I think everyone's trying to find a possum to fuck, but I can't find
It
one.
cuts to John with like a rhino's like horn like going up his ass.
slowly.
Slowly.
expanding
John's like,
my
oh
ass.
yeah, he has like a name for it. It's like, that's great, T-Bone.
What? Like, but I mean, you guys know the way I talk. You know, like how much? Like, I don't know if, like, what if like I'm just talking about cum all the time and they can't use it?
They're just gonna be like, well, we're cutting the episode.
Yeah,
There's
so then you
probably
won't even be
episodes
on
They
it.
don't.
Yeah.
So then you
release.
won't be on it, and you'll have malaria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get malaria. Everyone
Right.
does.
Just,
You're gonna drink-
Malaria is not a big deal.
You're gonna drink
Just get
like a
blood transfusion.
You're gonna drink some water that has like a microbe in it. Something's gonna crawl up your cock. It happens in every episode.
It's fine.
Every episode, some sort of like sentient worm crawls up a cock, and then all of a sudden they're just like in like insane amounts of pain in the middle of the night. You're gonna wake up screaming. It's gonna be really bad.
I'm
dude.
gonna be great.
But as long as you
I'm gonna
scream
last
Hate
21
Watch,
days. I'm
as
gonna
long as
keep-
you scream Hate Watch,
yeah, I'm gonna be
podcast,
like, don't forget
every
to watch.
Monday, Hate Watch Podcast, YouTube.com. That's okay with me if you're
Patreon.com/Hate
suffering.
Watch
If you're
Pod.
suffering immensely, that's really okay with me. If you're
Yeah.
promoting this show,
Yeah, exactly.
Patreon.com/Hate Watch Podcast.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be out in the jungle, and I think they got like 4 million views an episode. So
Also, shout
it's
out
gonna
Ida.
skyrocket us.
Ida gave you the intro on
Yeah,
this or
Ida-
something.
Shout out to
Introed
Ida.
me.
Ida's the reason this is happening somehow. Because well, Ida's a
She just likes the
She's
show.
a network.
Ida's a sick puppy. She wants to
Ida's
see you.
Ida's delighted.
She
at
wants
the
to
idea
see
of
you
me
in pain.
suffering.
She wants to see you suffer.
Ida's delighted at
On
the
Discovery
idea of
Channel.
me. And you know the best. You know what she loves most about it is it's suffering that I'm
yeah.
like. It's like a trap she laid for
yeah.
me, and she knows that I can't resist things like this. And it's almost like she hasn't done anything, and it's totally self-inflicted. You know what I mean?
I can't wait for the scene when you're like, oh, look, what a beautiful flower. And it's a snake and it just bites your fucking nose.
it's like Alien.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. John's gonna be on Naked and Afraid, baby.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm very excited about this.
Well, I mean, dude, the guy's like, this isn't gonna be filming till like next fall, so it's probably not gonna be till like fucking
well,
next
good
summer.
because we need time to prepare. We got to think about how you're going to
How
do
you gonna
it,
approach this?
how you're
Yeah.
going to approach it,
We need
survival wise and just entertainment.
So
I
what
honestly
it
thought
is
they
is-
ended Naked and Afraid because they have way better shows now, like Alone and this other one.
No,
that I
Naked and
watched,
Afraid's I think the biggest one still.
Yeah, well, because people like watching Naked because it's
It's
the
sadistic.
most because it's the most sadistic.
Naked
show.
and Afraid is the most dystopian show on television.
Yes,
easily.
It's because it
Which
breaks.
is crazy
It's,
that I'm
it's
doing
literally
this.
like what? Let's see if how Adam and Eve survive in the Thailand jungle.
Yeah, it's crazy. We gotta game plan it. Once I figured out it's like I'm on call, like after I pass the third interview. So then I have to like buy a knife, dude.
Yeah.
Like I gotta like buy like a big knife.
Well, you know, you're making some money here, so.
Yeah, I'll be fine. No, I'm not complaining about the price. I gotta pick a knife.
Hey, watch,
like, I
we'll
gotta
buy.
pick
We'll,
the right knife.
We'll buy you a knife.
I gotta pick the right knife, and then I gotta buy a knife, and then I'm gonna and then we'll figure out like 2 weeks in advance like where I'm going, and then I go, and then we'll like we'll study. We'll do like a lay of the land. We'll study like survival tactics.
I like how we live in a world where I know somebody on call because they're a doctor, and I know somebody on call because they might be a Naked and Afraid.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
The,
great,
the spectrum of life. Man.
But yeah, I'm just
You know what?
know.
You'd be better off if you went to a winter climate
I'm a
where
big
it's
boy.
really cold, but if
Yeah.
you guys get a fire, it's all about the fire. You got to learn how to make a fucking fire right now.
They give you a fire starter.
and I know you think you can make a fire just by like
They give you a fire
They give you
starter?
a fire starter.
What is it? They do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get
but-
the flint and you scratch a bit of it off into a little pile. And then
but you better
light
hope
it.
that the fucking wood's not damp.
Well, then you cut to the center of the wood.
Oh, you cut to the
That
center.
never works.
Yeah, it works.
I,
Stephen. You
I
just
watch
cut to the center of the
survivalists
wood.
not be able to make fires for days on that show. Survivalists.
Sorry,
I
well,
know what they're
here's the
doing.
thing.
I know you think you're a
Here's the thing.
survivalist because you
No,
go
no, no,
occasionally.
no.
I know you think you're a survivalist.
They call anybody a fucking survivalist on that show.
Oh,
That's
really?
what I hear,
They
yeah.
don't really check them
Well,
out.
yeah, you're a survivalist
guess
'cause
who I communicate with regularly on
an
Instagram.
AIDS survivalist.
That's what I was about to say, but John still hasn't gotten the hang of
Shut the
broadcasting.
fuck up. Anyway, so
John still thinks we're in my living room and he just talks through me.
I
we're
got
doing a show here, retard.
I got the season. Who's the guy who won Alone?
He's still talking. Even as I make fun of him, he's still talking.
Yeah, 'cause, no. Who's the guy? Jordy, the guy who won Alone, who
Yes,
killed the
who
moose.
killed the moose,
He's
yeah.
like, I'm gonna ask him. He's like, he like talks to me all the time.
What is he
on
going to
Instagram.
tell you?
Just what to do.
Kill a moose? That's what he's going to tell you. I recommend killing a moose with my skills that you don't have. That's what I recommend.
Because I recommend having 20 years of experience like me.
John's been on the show like, yeah, dude, I deal with fucking crackheads. Like, why would a fucking, like cheetah be any different, dude? I work at a train station, dude. Like, crackheads are just like lions, dude.
I don't know. I just have like anxiety about certain things, and like being out in the nature just doesn't make me nervous at all.
You're gonna be nude and alone and cold and suffering.
That sounds. I'm not nervous about that.
It sounds great.
It does sound great, but like I'm more scared of like the IRS. Like I don't,
Until the reality sets in.
That's a good point.
The helicopter out there, I'm gonna be like shitting my fucking pants.
yeah.
But like the helicopter. Out
They're going to helicopter you to the middle of nowhere. You realize that, right? And then there's going to be all this night footage of you guys sleeping, and there's literally like a bear right next to your
you'll hear
tent.
it.
You don't even have a tent.
What do they do if there's an animal attack?
I never know because there's never been an animal attack on the show, but they always show footage of a fucking literally a fucking cougar right next to where they're sleeping in the middle of the night.
They must have an armed guy.
You're
Yeah,
not
they
going to
gotta
get
have a
any
guy.
sleep. You're going to keep waking up and being like, is that a thing? Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
All you do is hear like, it's all night. The jungle is a nightmare. I slept outside of Memphis one time with my family. We slept in a park outside of Memphis in a tent. It was like a campsite, but it was outside of like whatever. I didn't even know Memphis had a fucking jungle or whatever the fuck. We were outside in a Mississippi, or Memphis, Tennessee like jungle.
Yeah.
It was insane. It sounded like a jungle. It was just like.
Yeah. That's I figured because I know that bird he's doing.
You got to hear the fucking the Burger King meme from E-Bomb's world, just all night.
What a reference. A 30-year-old
Oh
E-Bombs
yeah,
world
hey,
meme.
I'm a proud
It's
millennial.
a meme from like decades ago.
Decades ago. Welcome to Burger King. Can I take your order?
I don't even remember that.
Of course you don't, because you have long COVID and you have
yeah.
AIDS brain. Syphilitic brain.
I was
AIDS
You got the same brain as Al Capone.
No, I don't know. I like camping. I like being outdoors.
It's not camping, buddy. They give you nothing.
Do
You
we
don't
have
get to
any-
show up with like stuff. There's no boots. There's nothing.
Do we have anything to watch?
Just
I
you.
feel like we have to.
We got to
Yeah,
get
let's
off it, but I
transition.
just want. I like spreading dissent.
Well, there's gonna be many more updates. We're gonna keep
Yeah,
people
this is
updated.
gonna be like an updated
Yeah.
thing. The Naked and Afraid. I got my next interview.